Good morning. It's a Wednesday, and I found that Wednesdays are usually really good days to read tarot, especially early, because we've had an opportunity to sort of get through the beginning of our week, and by the end of Tuesday and beginning of Wednesday, a lot of times we're sucked into whatever is on our to-do lists. And it's good to check in on a Wednesday. So if you've been sort of following along, you know that the first recording we talked about matters of the heart in the new moon, and the second we talked about family matters and the difference between self-actualization and allowing the ego to sort of drive the bus and what the differences are. And if you've been practicing any of this and exercising some of the tarot through the week, there's a chance that you may have found yourself in a position where you're experiencing lower self-esteem, a little insecurity in some areas, and that would make sense if you are asking the self to really come forward and let the ego dissipate, because the ego really is, its primary role is to protect the true self, and it's probably in overdrive. So there are a lot of ways that can come out, and I would be curious to know if anyone has experienced some of those issues in the past couple of days. I don't know yet what this reading's going to be about. I'm going to just let the cards lead and see what we should all know right now. What is the message for today? I think that's a pretty good shuffle there. So let's go ahead and start pulling. All right, well, the Ace of Wands coming out first is really strong. That is a good indication that things are going well. We've been getting a lot of aces this week, and aces tend to mean opportunity, and especially the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is like the fairy godmother of the cards. It's the thumbs up. So to lead with the Ace of Wands in the upright position is a really good sign. Getting a lot of reversals here. Let me take a moment. So something that is important for everyone to understand is that in free-form tarot, where there's no specific spread, you're going to at times adjust where the cards belong. So I'm going to pull this Queen of Cups in reverse position down here in this row, because what's really clear is that these cards are addressing the journey right now from where we started the other day and how things are going. So essentially the Ace of Wands is suggesting that this matter of dealing with your internal dualities, the self-actualization and the ego, that's a partnership there, and it's a fulfilling partnership. They work together. When there's difficulty, it's because there's too much ego, and the ego feels like it's in protective mode all the time. So in this process right now, what you may be experiencing is that by going against the way of the Hierophant, which is against the way of tradition, things that you've been taught, things that have become habitual, the institution of being a human at this time, by shedding some of the ego, is what you're experiencing, and there's difficulty. It results in a matter of internal conflict. This is the ego card. You're probably having a lot of that coming up right now. But as you recognize when the ego is driving the bus, and you're allowing those thoughts to be acknowledged and then float away, just as you would in meditation. When you are meditating and a thought arrives and you acknowledge that thought and then you let it dissipate, That is what we're working on right now, and that's a really important part of personal growth and self-actualization. In doing that, in breaking free from the habits of the ego and allowing the self to really come forward, what you're going to end up with is a lot of new information coming to the surface. Decisions that you may be struggling with will suddenly have answers that you weren't expecting, because as you see in the reverse Two of Swords, you're really allowing your subconscious to percolate and to bubble up. And you want to spend time right now meditating and doing the things that really fulfill you and bring you energy. And that could be spending time in nature, although, of course, it's super hot right now and the whole country is facing this incredible heat wave. But if you can spend time outdoors, do that, maybe in the early morning hours or late evening, where you can fully connect. And if you can't get outside because of the heat risk, I highly recommend that you take a few minutes out of each day just to meditate, just to rest your mind, and pay attention to your dreams right now. If you're having some vivid dreams through this process, it means that things are really working and you want to keep going through the process. Some of the challenges that you're going to face here are going to include feeling, possibly stopped. You may be feeling like you don't have the creativity that you typically have. You don't have the emotional or mental energy to move forward. You might just be sort of blocked. Or you could also, the Queen of Cups can sometimes, when she's in reverse, indicate that you're fooling yourself, or you could be manipulating others. There's going to be a lot of back and forth right now. And don't expect this to happen overnight. This card represents a potential delay. This is not going to be an instantly gratifying process. This is the long haul, and these are the first steps in getting there. Then we get to the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles, and this is where you want to understand that this is your own work to be done. Hold your cards close right now. Make this about you becoming who you're meant to be. You can't be relying on other people to go through this process. They can't do this for you. This has to come from within. And you want to allow these new learning experiences to benefit you and really take them in. That's, I think, what the Four of Pentacles is referring to right now, that these experiences are yours and you want to really hold on to them tightly. You want to get the learning experience out of this, learn the lessons that are coming along, because these are the lessons that are going to teach you the contrast between ego and self. I think there are more cards to be pulled, just maybe a few more. So let me clear these off and give it a quick shuffle and see if there's a card or two that can really tie everything that we're talking about together for today. This is definitely a reading that suggests that we are in the beginning stages of this journey, and it's worth taking the time to do this, and it's not going to be necessarily easy. We can allow the ease as much as we can, but there are going to be some little hiccups, little challenges, little setbacks here and there, and that's all part of it. We've got that reverse Queen of Cups again, the reverse Hierophant again. We're getting all these reverse cards. And here we're going to end on Temperance, because that's one of the cards that began this whole journey. It's really reiterating that this is a personal endeavor. You want to take your time. You don't want to rush into anything. You want to be focused. Don't allow yourself to become unfocused. Make this a part of your day, every day, in as many ways as you can. And that will help you move through the blocks. It will help you break free from some of the habits that are unhealthy, that break you away from self and drive you closer to ego. We want to end on this card today, Temperance card, because that's coming full circle back. This is the card of being you in every area of your life and learning how to balance between yourself, the people around you, your environment. It's a really beautiful way to end this reading. I thank you all for joining me today. I encourage you to contact me if you'd like a one-on-one reading. I do those via Zoom. I can do them by phone. If you're local, I'm happy to meet up with you in person. And certainly, please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.